In a world filled with bright laughter and the lively chatter of children, 10-year-old Emma felt like an unseen shadow, wandering through the bustling halls of her overcrowded foster home. She often faded into the background, her presence barely registering amidst the vibrant chaos surrounding her. Though laughter rang out like a soothing melody, it only amplified the piercing loneliness deep in her heart. Emma had longed for a family that saw her as more than just another face. She dreamt of a place where she could be cherished. On days when the noise became overwhelming, she would retreat into the quiet corners of her mind, crafting daydreams of love and belonging, a refuge where she could escape from the painful sting of rejection. If you feel this ache too, consider liking and subscribing. Someone else might need to hear this story today. One sunny afternoon, suffocated by the familiar routine, Emma felt the overwhelming urge to escape. Leaving the chaos behind, she stepped outside into the sun-drenched yard, her bare feet brushing against the warm grass. She wandered far, her curiosity bubbling beneath her skin, and soon her eyes fell upon an old abandoned trailer nestled in a corner of the lot. It was a forgotten relic, its paint peeling and windows clouded with dust, standing silent as if guarding secrets from another era. The whispering winds seemed to beckon her close, urging her to explore this weathered monument of history. As Emma approached, a mix of excitement and trepidation washed over her. She pushed open the trailer door, its creak echoing loudly against the still air. Dust particles danced in the faint light, and she stepped inside, feeling transported to a different time, far removed from the chaos of her daily life. The musty air held remnants of forgotten memories, and the silence wrapped around her like a cocoon, offering both comfort and intrigue. While exploring the dim interior, her foot brushed against something cold beneath the floorboards. Kneeling down, she uncovered a rusted key, a chill running through her as she grasped it tightly. In that instant, a flicker of hope ignited in her heart. This key held the promise of unlocking more than doorways. It symbolized a chance for connection and belonging. With her heart racing, Emma approached the lock on the trailer door and inserted the key, its metal cool against her palm. As she turned it, a satisfying click resonated, echoing through the stillness, a sound of potential and new beginnings. Drawing in a deep breath, she pushed the door open wider, stepping cautiously into the depths of the trailer. The air thick with dust, but her attention was captured by a shelf where a dusty old diary lay, waiting to be discovered. Its worn leather cover hinted at untold stories, and as she reached for it, Emma felt a connection blossom within her. The diary felt like a lifeline, a bridge to another life that resonated with her own struggles and dreams. In that moment, as she opened the diary, Emma sensed that she was about to embark on a journey that could illuminate her path through darkness, guiding her toward the love and acceptance she had always yearned for, transforming her solitude into strength. Emma sat cross-legged on the floor of the dusty trailer, her heart racing as she flipped through the yellowed pages of the diary. Each entry unfolded like a whisper, inviting her into the life of a girl who had also yearned for love and belonging. The faded ink told stories of hopes dashed, dreams abandoned, and the persistent ache of loneliness. As she read, Emma's eyes widened, and she felt the girl's emotions flow through her, intertwining with her own experiences. The first entry described the girl's excitement on her first day at a new school. She wrote about the vibrant colors of her new backpack and the swell of hope that filled her as she took each step. Emma closed her eyes, imagining the girl walking through the school corridors, heart pounding with anticipation. It mirrored her own memories of arriving at the foster home, a blend of anxious hope mixed with the dread of being overlooked again. The vivid imagery sparked memories of her own early days, wearing clothes that didn't fit and worrying that she'd never find a place to belong among her peers. Flipping to another page, Emma frowned at a more somber entry. The girl described a time when she had been shuffled from one foster home to another, a heart-rending account filled with the confusion and disorientation of being uprooted once again. Emma could feel the girl's pain resonate deep within her as she recognized the same hollow feeling that would wash over her each time a new family came to take her away, like driftwood carried by uncaring waves. The helplessness in the girl's words mirrored her own thoughts during those long nights spent waiting for someone to come for her, someone to sweep her away from the uncertainty of being alone. With every entry she read, Emma felt the weight of shared experiences bond her to this girl. She remembered the echo of footsteps down the corridor, the whispers of laughter just out of reach, the longing to be seen. It all felt hauntingly similar. The diary allowed her to converse with her own heartache in a way that felt manageable, even comforting. As Emma traced the ink with her fingertips, She focused on the feel of the pages rather than the pain they described, desperately hoping to unify their struggles into something stronger. As she continued to explore, Emma uncovered a passage filled with dreams and ambitions, the girl's longing to be an artist, to paint vistas rich with color, to breathe life into the canvas. This revelation ignited something inside Emma, a flicker of inspiration. She had always loved to draw, sketching little things in the margins of her notebooks, curlicues of flowers and whimsical creatures, but had never thought of it as a potential escape or a pathway to a brighter future. She felt a pulse of longing rise within her, feeding off the girl's aspirations. Maybe art could be the bridge toward her own freedom. Toward the end of the diary, a shiver ran through Emma as she read about an unexpected betrayal. The girl with hopeful dreams tucked away like secrets had been let down by someone she trusted. The entry unfolded tenderly, recounting the moment when her expectations crumbled, the heartbreak palpable even through the ink. Emma's fingers brushed against the lines as tears pricked her eyes, understanding the quiet despair that came when trust was shattered. A sense of solidarity enveloped her. She realized they were both searching for something elusive, grappling in the shadows of abandonment. But then, through the gloom of despair, a shift began to appear in the words on the pages. The girl had written about perseverance, the decision to endeavor towards finding joy despite her circumstances. It was this resolve that struck a chord in Emma's heart. With each beautifully woven sentence, she felt an echo of strength wrap around her, urging her to mold her pain into something meaningful. The realization dawned on her that while they both faced uncertainty, they also bore within them the potential to rise above their struggles. Gazing around the dim interior of the trailer, a newfound sense of purpose flashed in Emma's eyes. She was inspired to act, to transform her own shadows into something radiant and alive, just like the girl in the diary had done. Sitting quietly with the journal in her lap, Emma promised herself that she would reclaim her own narrative, a journey not defined by the abandonment she had endured, but fueled by the love she now craved. The diary acted as a catalyst for Emma, sparking an inner resilience she never knew she possessed. With each entry that she absorbed, she felt herself stepping closer to embracing the reality that she was not alone, not by a long stretch. In that moment, she transformed the pain reflected in those pages into a call to embrace her truth and seek out the love and acceptance she had yearned for all along. As she closed the diary softly, a warmth enveloped her. It was a reminder that one day she too could step into a light brighter than the shadows of her past. Holding the diary close to her chest, Emma stepped back into the world outside the trailer, her heart aflame with hope, determined to carve a path toward the belonging she had always longed for. She was ready to paint her life anew, one brushstroke at a time. Emerging from the shadows of the trailer, Emma clutched the diary tightly against her chest, feeling a sense of newfound courage and hope swell within her. The sun's warm light beckoned her as she returned to the familiar chaos of the foster home where she had spent too many days feeling invisible. But today was different. Fueled by inspiration, Emma was determined to uncover the essence of who she truly was, to carve a path to belonging that had always eluded her. The next morning, after an uneventful breakfast filled with the predictable chatter of other children, Emma felt a quiet resolve settle in her heart. She planned to reconnect with her hidden passion for art. Gathering her courage, she approached Mrs. Thompson in the sunlit kitchen, where the bustle of breakfast melded with the laughter of children. "Can I have some paper and paints?" Emma asked, her voice steady, surprising even herself. Mrs. Thompson paused, turning to look at Emma, curiosity evident in her demeanor. "Of course, honey. We have a stash in the supply room. What's this for?" she replied, a note of encouragement in her tone. With a vibrant smile that felt genuine, Emma explained her desire to create a mural on the back wall of the main playroom, a space long drab and uninspiring. Mrs. Thompson's eyes softened as she sensed the passion radiating from Emma, and with a supportive nod, she patted her on the back, sending her off to gather her supplies. Clutching the materials, Emma retreated to the playroom after school, her heart racing with purpose. Instead of retreating to her usual solitude, she envisioned herself surrounded by vibrant colors. She prepared her paints, the smell of fresh acrylic igniting her creativity. As she dipped her brush into the palette, the first stroke felt like a declaration. She was here, alive, ready to be seen. With every sweep of her brush, she painted scenes bursting with life. Playful butterflies flitting across blooming flowers, a radiant sun shining with warmth. Each brushstroke liberated her from the chains of abandonment that had bound her. Days turned into nights as Emma transformed the bare wall into a vivid tapestry of colors, pouring her heart into this shared space. As Emma painted, other children began to notice her dedication. They gathered around, their curiosity piqued by her vibrant creations. With each passing day, a sense of community blossomed. Laughing and engaging as she invited them to contribute their ideas, Emma shared her passion, letting them pick up brushes to express their own creativity. The mural became a collaborative effort, each child including their own vibrancy, an embodiment of shared experiences intertwining through art. Through laughter and creativity, Emma started to forge connections that filled in the gaps left by her loneliness. Yet amidst this joy, a persistent curiosity lingered in her heart. The rusted key she had discovered in the trailer haunted her thoughts. It was more than just a piece of metal. It felt like a treasure map pointing toward her hidden past. As Emma shared her thoughts with her new friends one evening, they gathered around the mural, its colors sparkling under fading daylight. "What do you think is in the trailer? Are there stories left behind?" she wondered aloud, excitement lighting up her eyes. Lily, a girl who had splashed vivid greens on the mural, nodded thoughtfully. "Yeah, maybe there's something there that could help us understand who we are," she mused, her head tilting as if weighing the significance of Emma's words. With a determined collective spirit, they made plans to explore the trailer the following weekend. It was a venture into the unknown that filled Emma with anticipation. She sensed that within that rusted exterior, there could be truths waiting to be uncovered. Truths that would connect them not only to past hurts but to each other as well. Through the collaboration on the mural, Emma had begun to rewrite her own narrative. She was no longer just drifting through the shadows. She was becoming a vibrant part of a community that welcomed her creativity. Gradually, she unwrapped the layers of her identity, understanding that while the journey of belonging was fraught with challenges, it also held the promise of resilience, hope, and connection. That night, as Emma closed her eyes, she held the diary close, feeling its weight remind her of stories shared across time and experience. In her dreams, she saw herself surrounded by warmth, love, and an unmistakable sense of belonging. Fueled by the mural and the friendships she had nurtured, her heart bristled with the thrill of possibility. Emma was beginning to see that she could shape her reality, one vibrant brush stroke at a time, leaving behind the loneliness of her past. As the sun rose the following weekend, a soft golden light swept over the grounds of the foster home, illuminating the faces of excited children gathering in the playroom. Emma's heart raced as she stood with Lily and a few of her newfound friends outside the trailer, the air thick with anxious anticipation. The rusted door stood like a sentry, holding secrets from a time long past, and Emma could feel the weight of unspoken stories pressed against her chest. The key, cold and comforting in her palm, seemed to pulse with potential, urging her onward. With a swift breath, Emma leaned forward, inserting the key into the worn lock. It felt as if time slowed, her heart pounding as she turned it slowly. The muted click echoed in the silence, and with a soft creak the door swung open, revealing the dim interior cloaked in dust motes dancing in the sunlight. The air smelled of age and memories forgotten, flooding Emma with emotions that were both familiar and new. As her friends gathered behind her, Emma stepped inside, leading the way into this uncharted territory. The floorboards groaned beneath their feet, the echoes of their footsteps mingling with whispers of the past. The walls were lined with remnants of lives that had been lived. The faded photographs hanging crookedly, pieces of furniture draped in sheets like ghosts. Each object felt heavy with significance, yearning to share its story. "Wow, look at all this stuff," Lily marveled, her voice barely above a whisper as she picked up an old teddy bear missing one eye. "What do you think happened here?" Emma's fingers brushed against the spines of dusty books on a makeshift shelf. A sense of urgency overtook her. She needed to find something, anything, that would connect her to the past she felt tangled within. "Let's see if we can find anything about who used to live here," she suggested, her voice steady despite the fluttering of her heart. The group scattered through the cramped space, each child exploring with wide eyes. Emma noticed an old wooden trunk nestled in the far corner, barely visible beneath a dusty blanket. Intrigued, she hurried toward it, her hands trembling with excitement. As the others joined her, they lifted the blanket off to reveal the trunk adorned with simple engravings that hinted at care and memory. "Can we open it?" one of the boys asked, his breath quickening as he eyed the lock that had once held its treasures hostage. "Yes." "Help me," Emma replied, her pulse quickening as they worked together to pry it open. With a few careful tugs, the lid creaked open, and they were met with the sight of neatly folded papers stacked inside. Old letters bound with a string, a handful of photographs, and a lone stuffed animal, worn but cherished. Emma reached in, her fingers trembling as she carefully untied the letters. They were yellowed with age, the ink smudged yet still legible. As she opened the first letter, her heart raced. It was filled with words of love and longing, written by someone addressing a child named Anna. She scanned the beautifully crafted sentences, each one exuding warmth and affection. The letters spoke of longing, of battles fought, and the hope of reunion. She must have loved her so much, when Emma murmured, reading aloud portions of the letter that resonated within her. The emotions wrapped around her, a visceral connection to Anna's story, a girl who had lived an existence marked by love. Each line echoed the journey she had taken in her own life, filled with grief and the pursuit of belonging. As they sifted through the trunk, the photographs revealed captured memories, snapshots of a girl with bright eyes, laughter frozen in time, surrounded by friends and family. It struck Emma that this Anna was not so different from her. She had dreams, aspirations, and a story waiting to unfold. Something in Emma stirred deep within her. The contents of the trunk wrapped around her, igniting a spark of understanding. Anna's past didn't paralyze her. Instead, it illuminated a path. This was what she yearned for, an understanding of her own identity, a connection to those who had come before her. Suddenly, Emma's eyes landed on a small leather-bound journal nestled in the corner of the trunk. With shaking hands, she lifted it out, feeling the weight of every word that had once been written inside. As she opened it, the faint scent of leather and ink enveloped her. Flipping through the pages, she could see that it belonged to Anna. The entries told stories filled with both the mundane and the extraordinary, a mix of everyday life and dreams for the future. As she read, Emma felt as though she was conversing with Anna across time. Each entry held promises and fears, moments of joy and the pain of absence. The words echoed her own struggles, her own dreams cloaked in moments of darkness. It was in the depths of those pages that Emma found a reflection of her own heart. "This is incredible," Lily whispered, peering over Emma's shoulder at the journal. "It's like she's sharing her life with us." "Yes," Emma replied, tears brimming in her eyes. "It's more than just a diary. It's a connection." She felt the urge to honor Anna's memory and use her story as a stepping stone into her future, a guide on her quest for belonging. The room grew quiet as Emma read aloud from the journal, her voice mingling with the hushed breaths of her friends. As she spoke the words of the girl who had once filled this trailer with laughter and dreams, their connection deepened. They were no longer just children wandering through the lives of others. They were a tapestry of hope and resilience woven together by shared experiences and understanding. In that moment, Emma realized that she could actively shape her future, influenced by the stories that had come before her. The trunk had opened doors not just to Anna's world, but to Emma's own heart. She understood that she wasn't just reclaiming a narrative. She was embracing the beautiful mess of history, connecting each thread to forge her identity. As the sun began to dip beneath the horizon, casting hues of orange and pink across the sky, Emma and her friends sat around the trunk, bathed in the golden light filtering through the trailer windows. Together, they wove their stories into Anna's, promising to carry the hope she had in her heart forward, knowing they would stay connected through the fabric they created together. In that choice, Emma discovered not just a treasure left behind, but the power to reshape her own tale. With renewed purpose swelling within her, she vowed to honor Anna by painting the walls of their lives with vibrant colors, declaring that she would never again be defined by her past alone. As the sun melted deeper into the horizon, Emma and her friends lingered around the trunk, still enraptured by the legacy they had unearthed. The atmosphere shimmered with warmth and camaraderie, and a sense of purpose enveloped them, binding their hearts together in this moment of collective healing. Emma held Anna's journal tightly as if it were a lifeline, an anchor connecting her to the strength she had witnessed within those pages. "Let's do something special to celebrate Anna's life," Emma suggested tentatively, her breath hitching with emotion. "We can paint a portrait of what she meant to us, to remember her story." Her friends nodded eagerly, their eyes glistening with agreement. They had already transformed the playroom wall into a vibrant mural, a testament to their creativity and resilience. Now it was time for an even deeper tribute. They decided to create a dedicated section within the mural, an homage to Anna. Over the next few days, Emma and her friends began a new chapter of their artistic journey. They sketched out their ideas, integrating symbols from Anna's letters and photographs while infusing their unique interpretations. Emma felt invigorated by the process, each stroke of the brush reflecting not just Anna's essence but the warmth of the friendship blossoming around her. As they painted, the sun climbed high into the sky and laughter filled the air, replacing the silence that had once dominated Emma's life. As the mural grew, so did their sense of community, each child adding their personal touches, infusing elements of their dreams and hopes into the vibrant masterpiece. They were no longer just individual children lost in the shuffle. They were a collective force, painting not just a wall, but a future. One evening, as the twilight painted the sky in shades of lavender and indigo, Emma gathered her friends for a sharing circle beneath the mural. Sitting cross-legged on the grass, they reflected on how far they had come together. "I've never felt anything like this before," Lily admitted, her voice soft yet steady. "I used to think I was all alone without anyone to understand me. But now it feels like we are all connected through Anna and each other." Emma nodded, her heart swelling with gratitude. She understood the weight of those words, the beauty of shared burdens and aspirations. This mural is more than just paint. It's a piece of our heart. We're not just honoring Anna. We're creating something lasting. Remembering what she lived for helps us to understand our own journeys. As they continued to bond over the stories embedded in Anna's journal, Emma felt a delicate yet firm thread uniting them, a sense of belonging woven into the fabric of their lives. It became clear to her that their stories, although different, were intertwined, and they were all crafting a shared narrative that would echo for years to come. The day of the mural's unveiling arrived, and Emma felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness coursing through her veins. Children from the foster home gathered excitedly in front of the bright display, their eager faces illuminated by the radiant sunlight. The air buzzed with anticipation as Emma, standing alongside her friends, prepared to share what had ignited their creativity. Emma stepped forward, her heart pounding. This mural represents not just the beauty of art, but of friendship. It's for Anna, a girl who taught us that love and hope can transcend beyond time. Today we honor her journey, and in doing so, we embrace our own. As Emma spoke, a ripple of understanding passed through the onlookers, their expressions shifting from curiosity to awe. The stories shared during the creation of the mural resonated deeply, and the children leaned in, connecting to her words. Once unveiled, the mural came to life, colors swirling together to depict Anna's story. They had captured her laughter, her dreams, and her unyielding spirit. Children clapped, squeals of delight echoing off the walls. Emma felt a cascade of emotion wash over her. She knew they had created something truly special, an expression of resilience. Days turned into weeks, and life within the foster home blossomed like the flowers Emma had painted. The mural became a meeting point for the children, a reminder that they could find strength in vulnerability and hope in community. Emma's transformation was evident. No longer was she simply a girl navigating life's challenges alone. She was a sister among friends who were willing to share their stories, support one another, and collaborate in a way that reshaped their lives. In the quiet moments of reflection, Emma often returned to Anna's journal, rereading the letters that spoke of love, longing, and hope. Anna had transformed from a distant memory into a guiding light. The diary remained nestled in her heart, a reminder that whatever uncertainties lay ahead, Emma could confront them with the strength she had discovered. One sunny afternoon, Emma decided to visit the gravesite of Anna, now aware of its location from the stories told within the journal. Holding a bouquet of freshly picked wildflowers, she approached the serene resting place. As she knelt near the gravestone, she placed the flowers gently on the ground, feeling a tidal wave of gratitude swell within her. "Thank you, Anna," she whispered, her voice tender and sincere. "You helped me discover my own path. Because of you, I am no longer lost." Emma's heart was filled with warmth, not only for Anna's memory, but with the connections she had forged with her friends, a tapestry of love and acceptance woven together through shared experiences. As she stood up, Emma took a deep breath, feeling the breeze brush her cheeks. It was as if Anna was there, a soft presence, urging her forward into the world filled with possibility. She walked back toward the foster home with lightness in her step, a renewed sense of purpose propelling her forward. It was time to delve deeper into her dreams, pursue her passions, and embrace every moment of life fully. With each passing day, Emma continued to paint the world around her. Every brushstroke a declaration of hope, every color a testament to resilience. She would carry Anna's story with her, a cherished part of her own narrative, as she actively shaped a life that honored not just the past but also the bright future waiting ahead. As she finally settled into bed that night, Emma whispered to the stars scattered across the night sky, "Thank you for listening." And she smiled, knowing that someone, somewhere, was always there to hear her story, ready to acknowledge the journey of a girl who had transformed the shadows into light. As the weeks passed, the mural continued to serve as a powerful reminder of Anna's story and the friendships Emma had cultivated. The vibrant colors filled the playroom with joy, creating a place where laughter echoed and a sense of community thrived. Emma immersed herself in her art classes, harnessing this newfound passion with every brushstroke and sketch, relishing the freedom to express herself. One day during class, Mrs. Thompson announced an upcoming community exhibition, a chance for local artists to showcase their work. Emma's heart raced at the thought. This was not just an opportunity to present her art. It was a chance to share Anna's story with a broader audience. She envisioned a piece that encapsulated their shared journey, intertwining her narrative with the legacy of a girl whose spirit continued to inspire her. With renewed determination, Emma poured herself into creating a new painting, blending elements from the mural and insights gleaned from Anna's diary. Deep, soulful colors became her palette as she crafted a piece representing connection and resilience. Doubts crept in as the exhibition approached. Was she ready? What if no one understood? Yet each time her uncertainty threatened to overwhelm her, she would turn to Anna's words in the journal, which served as both encouragement and inspiration to be brave. On the day of the exhibition, Emma stood beside her painting, surrounded by friends, family, and other artists. The air buzzed with excitement as attendees wandered through the gallery, eager to experience the creativity on display. Emma took a deep breath, reminding herself that this event was more significant than her art. It was about sharing stories that fostered connection. As people examined her painting, Emma felt an exhilarating mix of anticipation and anxiety. She watched their reactions, their eyes reflecting curiosity and appreciation. With each smile she received, it felt as if they were recognizing not just her work, but the journey she had undertaken. At one point, a woman approached Emma, eyes sparkling. "Your piece is beautiful," she said, her voice reflecting sincerity and warmth. "It resonates with themes of resilience, doesn't it?" Emma nodded, her heart swelling with gratitude. "Thank you. It's a tribute to someone who inspired me to find my own voice. It embodies friendship and growth." This engaging conversation sparked further connections as Emma began to share her story. How Anna had influenced her life, encouraging her to embrace her creativity. As she spoke, Emma could see empathy shining in the eyes of listeners, her story striking a chord and resonating with their experiences of struggle and hope. As the exhibition wrapped up, Emma stepped outside to soak in the cool evening air, seeking a moment of reflection. Watching the sunset, she recognized how much she had transformed. No longer was she the girl who felt lost and isolated. She was a vibrant part of a community that embraced her, a tapestry woven with threads of resilience, creativity, and friendship. In the following months, Emma made it her mission to foster creativity among her peers. She began organizing workshops for the children in the foster home, imparting the skills and love for art that had shifted her perspective. The playroom turned into a hub of creativity, where children of all ages could express their stories, explore their emotions, and find solace in painting. One evening, as Emma prepared for an upcoming workshop, she caught sight of Anna's journal on her desk. It remained a precious source of inspiration, reminding her of the courage and kindness she had embodied. Suddenly struck by an idea, she knew she wanted to create a collaborative art book, one that encompassed the stories of her friends and all the experiences they had shared. The next day, Emma gathered her friends, excitedly unveiling her vision. "Let's create a book together, a collection of art and stories that represents who we are," she proposed, her heart racing with enthusiasm. "It will illustrate our journey, just as Anna's did for me." Her friends' faces lit up with excitement, and before long they were discussing ideas, concepts, and artistic styles. Each child picked up a canvas, ready to pour their hearts onto the pages. Emma felt a deep sense of fulfillment. They were embarking on a new chapter, shaping a legacy forged in the strength of their connections. As they painted and shared their stories, the atmosphere transformed into a supportive sanctuary, full of encouragement and laughter. Each brushstroke carried a part of their narratives, blending experiences into a beautiful tapestry. Emma reveled in the process, standing back occasionally to admire how their art pieces came together, each unique and poignant, yet harmoniously intertwined. The project blossomed, fueling a deep sense of belonging among the children in the foster home. They took turns sharing their life experiences, which revealed the universal themes of love, loss, and hope. Each story shaped and defined not only their individual journeys but created a communal sense of healing, their collective growth reflected in the contents of the book. As Emma flipped through the pages, she recognized the intricate layers that emerged. Every color, every word captured the essence of those friendships. Day by day, they built something extraordinary, reminding themselves that through art, they could confront their pasts, embrace their present, and dream of their futures. On the day their art book was completed, Emma felt a mixture of pride and gratitude as she held it in her hands. It wasn't just an object, it was a testament to their shared stories, a radiant celebration of resilience. Together they had created something profound, a legacy woven from creativity, strength, and the enduring spirit of friendship that Anna had inspired in them all. As they gathered around, Emma smiled, knowing that the journey continued, the threads of their lives intertwined forever through art. The sun set in the distance, casting a gentle glow over their blossoming community, and Emma whispered a heartfelt thank you, honoring Anna, who had shown her that even in moments of darkness, light could break through, illuminating the beautiful tapestry of life. In the weeks following the completion of their art book, the atmosphere in the foster home transformed, filled with renewed energy and joy. Emma decided to host a gathering to celebrate the milestone, wanting to honor not only the book but the community they had built together. The playroom, now a vibrant space adorned with their colorful murals, would serve as the perfect backdrop for this special occasion. On the day of the gathering, excitement bubbled in the air. Emma decorated with colorful streamers, arranging cookies and juice on a long table. Her friends arrived, their faces bright with anticipation, and Emma greeted each one with warm hugs, taking a deep breath. She felt a mixture of nerves and joy as the room filled with laughter and chatter. When it was time to start, Emma stood before her friends, her heart racing. "I know we've all come from different backgrounds," she began, her voice strong yet tender. "But together we created something truly special. Our book is not just a collection of pages. It's our story, our hopes, and our resilience. It shows that we are here, strong and united." Everyone nodded in agreement, their expressions filled with pride. One by one, they began to reveal their pages, sharing the stories behind their artwork. Lily, her closest friend, spoke about her painting, a lively swirl of colors that echoed her journey through loneliness. "Art helped me realize I'm visible," Lily said softly. "It showed me that my feelings matter, just like everyone else's." Emma's heart swelled as she listened. "And they do," she reassured her. "We are stronger together, and our stories matter." As they took turns sharing their narratives, Emma admired the way their experiences intertwined, revealing universal themes of love, healing, and connection. Each child's story added depth to their collective journey, creating a tapestry richer than any one of them could achieve alone. Emma watched their excitement grow as they unveiled the art book they had poured their souls into. She had crafted a wall display to showcase their work, proudly highlighting the significance behind each piece. The children beamed with pride as they gathered around the display, marveling at how their art came together to form a cohesive story. With each passing moment, Emma's heart filled with gratitude for the community they had cultivated, a sanctuary where every voice was valued and every experience embraced. They had crafted not just a book, but a legacy filled with hope. After the final page was unveiled, Emma felt the urge to say something more. "This day is just the beginning," she declared, her voice steady. "We've built something beautiful here, a safe place where we can explore who we are, where we've been, and where we want to go. Our stories will continue to grow, and art will help us share them." The children cheered in agreement, the room vibrating with excitement. Emma knew the impact of their collective creation went beyond mere words on pages. It was a testament to their strength and resilience, a guide for how they could rise above their past struggles. As the celebration came to a close, Emma took a moment to reflect. Their art book had become more than an object. It was a reminder of connection, a beacon of hope for themselves and others who might feel lost. Anna's spirit felt present, guiding them in every brushstroke, every shared story, and in every bond they had forged. Days turned into weeks, and the energy in the foster home continued to flourish. The children encouraged each other to pursue their passions, often gathering to paint, draw, or simply share thoughts and dreams. With each activity, bonds of friendship deepened, creating an inspiring environment where creativity thrived. One peaceful evening, Emma sat down with Anna's journal, finding comfort in its pages. She felt a surge of gratitude for the journey they had undertaken together. Anna's words were a source of strength, reminding Emma to honor her own voice. Inspired, Emma pondered new ways to nurture the spirit they had cultivated, a spark of hope that would spread to others beyond the confines of their home. With a vision taking shape in her mind, Emma shared her idea with her friends to host a community art show that would invite others into their world, a chance to display their creations and share their stories. Their voices could resonate beyond the walls of their home, encouraging everyone to embrace their narratives and witness the power of art in fostering connection. As excitement brewed, Emma prepared for what lay ahead, knowing their journey continued. Together, they would share their beautiful tapestry of experiences, shining a light on the importance of connection and creativity. Empowered by their shared spirit, they set forth, ready to inspire others, proving that even in darkness, a community could flourish and light could always break through.